A very good afternoon to everyone and namaste. This is Harsha Ramaya, E.C.A. National Core Committee member and mentor for Gujarat Territory. So today we are here for a panel discussion and we have the Gujarat Committee here with us. So let me introduce Patheek Shah, who is the Territory Head for Gujarat. Patheek, are you able to hear me, Patheek?
Hi everyone.
Thank you so much. Then we have Monisha. Monisha is also the committee member for our Gujarat E.C.A. territory. Monisha, welcome. You all will have to use your unmute and mute button when you're speaking and not speaking. Monisha, hi.
Hello, Harsha ma'am. And how is it?
Wonderful, Monisha, wonderful. We have Hetal from Surat, who is the E.C.A. territory head for Surat. Hetal, welcome.
Welcome everyone. Good afternoon everyone from Surat here. I hope everyone is safe and sound at home.
Thank you so much, Hetal. We have Miss Pooja, who is the territory head for Bhavnagar. Pooja, hello.
Hi everyone. I hope all is doing all well.
Yeah, everyone is fine, Pooja. Thank you so much. And we have with us Neetu Gandhi. Hello, Neetu. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Namaste. Hope you all are fine and safe.
Perfect. We all are fine and safe. Thank you so much. So now I would like to, start the panel discussion. The topic that we've chosen to speak today is very, very excellent and wonderful, different than the webinars that we are attending. Yesterday, when we were discussing, Monisha had targeting the educators, then why are we taking a parenting topic? So now I would like to address that question and that query, Monisha. Since now all the educators are locked in the homes, so they are left with no choice rather than becoming a full-time parent. So I thought that we could, loop that topic in wherein everyone feels connected and everyone feels that, yes, we are sailing in the same boat. So we picked up this topic, and the title of this topic is also very wonderful. Parenting is a journey, learning at every stage. So Monisha, I will come to you only first on this panel. That how are you feeling? What are your feelings and experiences during this lockdown? And we want to talk about something called perfect mother, expecting a perfection in her routine, because I'm sure in these days of lockdown, when 24/7 the whole family is in front of us, it is a challenge to keep that routine going. So the houses are messy, children want to do messy things. So if you can weave everything and just share your experience to our listeners, it will be great, Monisha.
Thank you, Harsha ma'am. A wonderful question. We on this platform, as we said, we most of us are educators. We are related to the field of education and ECE in some way or the other. But and as teachers, as educators, being with children, we always strive for perfection. We want a perfect class. We want a perfect school. We want our activity to be perfectly planned and perfectly implemented. But always remember, as in the classroom, things don't go as we plan. We as teachers have that superpower to change as per the circumstances inside the classroom. You plan a perfect class, but someday the child doesn't want to do it. So take this situation like that, your imperfect, unplanned classroom. None of us was prepared for it. None of us ever thought that to even buy a small commodity, I have to think I cannot move out or step out of my house. So, that is one challenge we all are facing, because this is an unexpected thing that's happened to all of us. In that, as Varsha ma'am rightly said, what have we got? We've got the entire family. We used to earlier take the positive out of it. We used to spend money to have a family time and go out on a vacation. Now you're getting it for free right inside your house. Your entire family is with you. So utilize that time to bond with each other. Utilize this time to even create an environment. There might be homes where the houses are small. So they basically, you feel you are very suffocated. There's no space. So use that time to create that bonding with each other. Also, we as, if I talk from a perspective of a lady, a woman, we always want My house should be the best. We are so obsessed with the word perfect that currently the imperfection is taking over our anxiety levels very up. So it's okay to be perfect as well as imperfect. We cannot be, we've always used or listened to this tone that says, impossible, there's nothing as impossible, because impossible also says I am possible. So I will convert it and say that there's nothing as imperfection, because imperfect also says I am perfect.
Correct.
So basically, the way you are just perfect. Accept it. It's okay if one day your dishes are just right lying there. You don't feel like washing them. Perfect. Wash them after some time. Wash them tomorrow when you have lots to do together. But it's okay. But I'll just spend this time with your children at home. They require you the most. We elders, we talk on phones, we have the social media to keep ourselves busy, but children require you the most at this point of time. So make that extra effort to spend time with your child. Talk to your child. An elder child will probably come and discuss the situation with you, but a younger one, the age group that we all educators cater to, they are not very vocal. They'll not come and talk to you or tell you, Mama, this is what is happening. I'm feeling scared. I'm feeling anxious. So you will find that certain children would have developed some new habits in these timings. Probably that is their way of coping up with whatever stress they are going through in their surroundings. So support them, be with them, and always remember, imperfect says I am perfect.
So Monisha, are you able to hear me, Monisha?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Monisha, you have given a kind of harsh, that statement that everyone is struggling with this word called perfection. Everyone wants the house to be spick and span, the routine to be on time, which is totally taken a toss over this period. So when you talk these kind of, words, and when you are able to express that it is okay to be imperfect, I think lot of educators, lot of moms, lot of parents will, take a sigh of relief that okay, so now if these people feel the same, even we are in the same boat. So thank you, Monisha, for that. So I will come
Thank you so
back to
much.
you now, Pooja. That rightly mentioned that we have this opportunity now to connect with the family. Now education is also becoming online. So now can you suggest us some tips how we can keep specifically the tips on reading, that how can the children keep themselves, or the moms, how can they help the children to keep themselves engaged in this lockdown, and also take out some quality product of learning out of that? Pooja, to you, your mic. Yes.
Yes, Arsha ma'am.
You have
When
to
it
turn on your mic.
comes, I have
Yeah.
started. I'm audible.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Perfect.
So when you say keeping children occupied or making some benefits out of this lockdown, but I would say that when it comes to reading, a beautiful quote is always that the readers are the leaders. So when parents have got this time, when they are with the children, I think the best habit they can cultivate in the child is the reading habit. When you even when you talk in a layman's term, that reading is an essential skill. जब पढ़ाई की बात होती है कभी reading comes first. If even we talked about math, if a child cannot comprehend and understand without reading, then if however he is good in maths, maybe he will lack some skills. So reading is a must. It's like an exercise to brain. So reading widens the vocabulary of the child. He it expands his imagination power, widens his imagination power. He turns to be a good communicator. And reading, when a child is reading a book, whatever kind of book it is, he travels across the world. He when we talk about the developing brains of the child, it fastens the critical thinking. It develops logical thinking, imagination power enhances, the emotional intelligence enhances. And when we come basically with a story, when a mother is narrating a story, it has a bond between the mother and the child. There is a good connect when they sit together. And I would always say that a family should have a ritual of reading when they all come up to reading time, because we are overflown with informations, यहाँ से हम पढ़ते हैं वहां से सुनते हैं, but when we read books we educate ourselves and we discover our areas of interest. Then when we talk about children reading storybooks, they come to know so many characters, they may imagine one of them. And when we are narrating a story, a mother can always build the thinking skills in the child while questioning the child. Like if she's talking about a character, a cat who is stuck on a tree, then if the child is that character, she may ask that if you are a cat, what would you do? What would you do being a cat, or how would you help the child? I would help the cat to come down. So this will build the thinking skills in a child. Plus it also plays a vital role when we talk about the moral stories. When we come up with these moral stories of narrating to the children, it builds empathy in children. They learn to consider the point views of others. They build listening skills in them. They look upon things in a different manner, I think, which is very much necessary at this times. The children learn empathy, resilience, and through moral stories and value based stories, I think this is the best time when a mother and a child together, in fact whole family together, cultivate the habit of reading, lessen the gadgets and the screen time.
So, Pooja, very rightly, you've summed up that families should have a ritual, that is a reading time together. Can you just suggest a few tips? How can we cultivate these reading habits? Because when it comes to children, parents really struggle. Book हाथ में देने से बच्चे पढ़ने नहीं लग जाते. So can you just suggest us some tips wherein the moms can get a clarity that how can they inculcate the habits of reading in day-to-day basis, Pooja?
यस मैम, दिस इज रियली वेरी नाइस क्वेश्चन. अगर मुझे बच्चे को पढ़ाना है, मैं उसको ये बुक देकर नहीं बोल देती कि चलो पढ़ने लगो. नो, देयर शुड बी एन इंटरेस्ट, देयर शुड बी एन लव फॉर रीडिंग. So how? If I am with my mobile, my child is never going to sit with the book. So first, parents, not only mothers, both the parents, and if a sibling in the house should take a book and first develop and cultivate the reading in themselves. बच्चा देखकर ही उसको पता चलेगा, सो दिस इज समथिंग गुड, वरना उसको नहीं पता चलेगा बुक के अंदर क्या है. Then the second thing I would say, we should excite the like reading should be an excitement. Like supposing a mother can always say कि चलो आज हम shopping करने जाते हैं, आज हम एक book खरीद कर लाते हैं. You have to make a whole picture where a child loves to, तुम्हारे लिए book लेने जाना है. But it does not that you take the child and you tell him go जाकर ले आओ तुमको जो लेना है. No, not that way. You choose 5-6 books, ask him to choose one book which he likes. He may get that book. By choosing that book, he may feel that he has chosen the book. So there is a huge quality of owing that book to him. So he may keep it very nicely also. He may form his own library. That is also a way of cultivating their habit. Then there is no, I think there is as early as possible when we put this reading habit in a child. It is never like kind of early. A 6-month child can go to visuals books, big जहाँ पर pictures होते हैं, illustrations होते हैं. They can even अभी books भी आते हैं जो are plastic coated. They can fold, they can bend, they can touch. So this excites, the whole process excites the child. Then when mother is telling us, yes ma'am.
Yes, Pooja, I'm not interjecting you. I thought you
Yes.
completed.
So that if the mother is telling a story, she can also connect the child with the character, as I said before. She can question the child. So ऐसा नहीं कि मम्मी ही बोले जा रही है, the child also get involved in it. He may start his thinking, अच्छा मैं ऐसा होता तो कैसा होता. He may start putting his foot in the shoe of the character, and he may start thinking, and his imaginations will go so broaden. He may learn so many things while reading. And one more thing I would like,
Correct.
reading aloud.
Yes.
Should I continue?
Thinking.
Reading aloud to children.
Reading aloud. Okay.
That
So,
that's
Pooja,
also,
the first point that you mentioned, I will take that point because straight away you've shooted on the parents that आप जो करोगे बच्चे वो ही करेंगे. So I think it all reflects and boils down to a parent that if you want a child to adapt a particular habit, you have to develop that habit first. So Pooja, very rightly and with soft quoted words, you have made us understood that made us understand that okay, अगर हम करेंगे only then we can expect. So all the listeners, you can underline these things, that if you want a reader in your house, you have to be a reader yourself. So thank you so much, Pooja, for all the insights that you've given. Now I will come to Pathik. Pathik, now a lot of e-learning has started. A lot of schools have started, adapting e-learning. So from the preschool perspective, how can you guide our parents that if anything that comes to their home through any kind of social media or any kind of gadget that comes at home, how can the parents participate and how can they help their children to do that activity to the optimum level? The parents' participation, I'm trying to focus on. Pathik.
Hi. See, it's very important for a teacher to design an activity for a preschooler. And for the parents, you are blessed that I'm sure that your children have wonderful teachers. But remember one thing, to begin with any activity, it's a blessing for your child that mommy and papa both are at home. अगर कुछ नहीं होता आपसे, if anything is not happening, just give a tight hug to your child and play with them. Make sure the child is safe, feeling secure, and then do all the activities. None of us, none of you, like all the parents, you are not a teacher, but you are the best parent, and parent is the best teacher always, because when a child will born, a teacher is mother, a father is a teacher for a child. So don't underestimate yourself and think that you cannot do this. You can do this, whatever is assigned to you. Make sure when you are doing this, it is not necessary कि बाजू वाले ने जो किया या friend ने जो किया उसी तरह से करना है. You can always innovate it and do it. For teachers, it is very important when they design the activities, they don't send you a new topics to learn, because these are preschoolers. There are no topics coming into your home which are your children have not gone through. Most of the time, whatever activities you can do is that physical activities with your child. Say as an example, you can just do up and down with your children, just do a small jumping, draw a zigzag line and just walk on it, do backward walking, keep jumping, but try and avoid teaching them ABCD. This is not the right time to teach ABCD. If a school is giving you to learn ABCD, it is okay if your child will not learn ABCD. Remember me and you, how many of us learn ABCD at what age? So why we force our preschoolers? So nothing to worry. Important is that this lockdown period, we want our children to have a fantastic time. Another important aspect is that you as a parent has to take it a call that understand that go over your mind. I don't want end of the day, end of the lockdown, that you have to go to psychiatrist saying that, hey doc, I don't know anything what my child is doing in school and now I'm depressed and upset. No, keep yourself fresh. Any parenting is always, all the parenting is the right parenting. There is no parenting is a wrong parenting. As a parent, whatever you do with your child is always best. Always best. ऐसा कोई नहीं है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है जो एज अ पेरेंट आप नहीं करवा सकते हो या आपको नहीं आता है. सो एज अ पेरेंट प्लीज टेक इट अ कॉल दैट जो कुछ भी आप आपके बच्चों के साथ कर रहे हो वो सही है. Another thing which you can add at home is that value-based activities. You can always explain your children who are your support staff and what the support staff does and what is the value of support staff in your house. As an example, अगर बर्तन वाली नहीं आई है तो आप खुद बर्तन कर रहे हो तो बच्चों को वो सिखाओ कि वो एक वैल्यू बेस्ड एडेड एक्टिविटी है और आप बच्चों को जो आता है जितना आता है उनसे हेल्प लो. अगर आप वेसल धोके दोगे उनको तो वो उसको पोंछ सकता है. He can clean the vessel, he can put the vessel at the place, and that's the way the value based activities will be added. And simultaneously a child will learn who is the helper of the day, who is the helper of his house, and who is absent today and who is present today, and what values they're adding in the life. So I think these basic activities on a daily basis as a parent, if you will do, it's easy. Do not compare. If anybody is doing an activity, please do not compare, which I just said. So it is more important that do the activities. Now one more, Arsha ma'am, you have not asked me this, but still I am going to tell this to all the teachers who are listening here. Can I go ahead, Harsha ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, teachers, very important for all of us. Being a teacher, we need to design the activity which child can do it. If it is a playgroup or a nursery child or a pre-K child, please design the activity in a way that the parent, a father, mother should feel the pressure. They should feel the pressure that they can do this easily. Give them games to play, give them make easy games, which is a family-based, family involvement game, their grandparents game, Ask them the stories, what they can do. Ask them to talk with their buddy and let you know back what they have talked with their buddy. So parents will do this all activity, and then you get the feedback. When you get the feedback from a parents, please appreciate and acknowledge by your voice message saying that, hey Chitu, you did a fantastic job. I like what you did. Do not discourage a child and do not give them a lesson that, you know, ये नहीं करना था, वो करना था, ये क्यों गलत किया है. This is not the time for right and wrong. Somebody just said before me, this is not a time to right and wrong. Just tell, appreciate a child, and if you feel a child is going too wrong, call a parent separately and explain he's going little wrong and we'll fix it up. Just do not worry, but don't give a call saying a parent that आपका बच्चा बहुत पीछे है, कुछ करना पड़ेगा. Nobody is in a race. So just do not worry. If you are giving a writing work, if there is a child from K1, senior KG, junior KG, if you are planning to send any writing, I'm talking this to all teachers. If you're sending writing, you need to make sure what type of a writing you are going to give. Make sure no new concepts. Give them all type of revisions. If your child in your class knows what to write and how to write, just give them a revision in a different manner. You know, there is a word called learn with fun. So do that way, which will helpful to them. And always make sure it's our children. And अगर आपके बच्चे के साथ ये करना है, तो हम किस तरह से करेंगे? And if you take this as a child and not a competition to other children, or not seeing कि दूसरी स्कूल वाले इस तरह से होमवर्क भेजते हैं तो मैं भी इस तरह से होमवर्क भेजूंगी, then you will be messed up. But if you think that it's my child and my child capacity is this, and I want my child to understand this, then everything will be possible. So if teacher will send a perfect activity, a parent will definitely do it, and then the bond between teacher, child, and parent will be excellent, Harsha ma'am.
Thank you so much, Pathik. So I think Monisha and Pathik today are the saviors as of now, you know, because when parents are listening to you both, they feel कि harsh, हमको tension करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. It's okay to be okay. It's okay not to worry about the academics. ABCD नहीं आता है तो ठीक है. So lot of anxiety was there in the parents before this talk show, you know, because schools have started sending the syllabus and parents are really apprehensive about it, that khatam hoga ki nahi. So Pathik, very rightly you've mentioned that this is not the time to, you know, think about the right and the wrong. It's absolutely to keep the child engaged, for that matter. So now I will come to Hetal. Hetal, now we want to talk about some positive things, some affirmations that, you know, the parents can really figure out, so that this time period that they are going to have with their children, because it's very uncertain when it comes to school reopening or school so this time is going to be a little longer when it comes to keeping children at home. So Hetal, I'll come to you and I'll ask you about the affirmations, about the positivity. How can we develop these kind of attributes in the children? Hetal, to you.
Yes, Harsha ma'am. Am I audible?
Perfect.
Yes. Okay, I just want to start with one incident which happened in my house today in the morning. Actually, it was a Sunday, and it is a Sunday. Every day is a Sunday nowadays because we all are in our pajamas at home. So today in the morning, I had one more meeting to attend online, and now I had this webinar. So I had dressed up myself in kurti and, you know, all that, and I came out of my room, and my daughter had just woke up. She's in grade 11. So she's like, "Oh my mama, you're going to school?" I mean, dressed up like this, and she had one big smile on her face, you know. So I was like, "Oh my God, she must be so tired seeing me in the pajamas that today she's got a smile of looking at me in, you know, kurti and like dressed as if I'm going out." So over here, I would like to say, are we imagining what are those little ones thinking of when they see their papas and mammas around? Just, you know, lazing out, or, you know, doing their work from home. Everyone is doing online meetings, and, you know, all are like just, and there was one time where everyone was out of the house, and suddenly now everyone is at home. So basically we all need to create a very positive environment at home, and it all starts from our own belief system, right? So basically, what is belief system and where does it come from? Belief system is basically the viewpoint of a person towards everything around, and it comes out from the facts around us, our emotions and our experiences. So right now the fact is that we have to be at home. Our emotions are all mixed emotions. Sometimes as adults we are going to feel low, and even the children are going to feel low, and the experiences, I mean, everyone is experiencing something different at this time. So our children are going to be adults how we want them to be only if we create that kind of an environment at home right now. So if we look at it at positively, so this is the right time to create the correct belief system in your child by creating that environment in the house. So I just came across with the 7 secrets of a happy child, because as a teacher or as a mother or as a parent, we all want our child to have a bright smile on the face and be called as a happy child. So I came across these 7 secrets. The first one is eating on time. That is the first one. The second one is consistent sleep, enough play time. Now play includes even the learning and the other activities. The ability to express, uh, can that child make choices? The sixth one is feeling heard, and the seventh one is experiencing unconditional love. These are the 7 secrets which will be there in a happy child, right? Now, the first three, that is eating, sleeping, and playing, that is studying also is included in playing, are the physical and the cognitive development which we are looking at. But when it comes to making choices, being heard, expressing, that all is about the mental well-being of a child. So over here, affirmations play a very important role when it comes to developing the mental ability of a child. Now, what is affirmation? Affirmations are basically only words. It's about playing with the words, like how Monisha said that imperfect also has I am perfect. So basically, converting that I am not to I am, and I can't to I can. So I have a list around of 10 affirmations which a child should always be read. The first one is I'm a good friend, I'm thankful, I'm awesome, I'm beautiful, I'm helpful, I'm kind, I'm strong, I'm a good listener, I feel happy, and I'm brave. Now, why are we saying this? When we say this again and again every day to the child is automatically going to take that within him or herself. Now, positivity can be created in the environment which is outside. That is going to help in creating that environment within us also. So, this is the right time to build in that positivity in your child, so that that child can face this later on, if he or she experiences something like this later on also in life. For example, right now we are all sitting over here with a bright smile on our face, talking to each other miles away. Why? Because we have that inbuilt positivity. Maybe our childhood that had that environment around us, which created that affirmations around us and made us a happy child. So this is actually the right time to create that. Why not get up every day in the morning and look at each other and say that you are awesome? Why not repeat that sentence every day? Why not make a child stand in front of the mirror and repeat the sentence, I am awesome, I am helpful? That child is going to help you today because that child is already
Here,
saying.
Hetal, I will just interject and tell that when we talk to Monisha about being perfect and accepting the imperfection, I think here this stands very correct, because moms, when they get up in the morning, they see the work which is undone. So,
Yes.
these affirmations are going to really help if we are able to program our mind in such a way, because this lockdown has taught us many things. So I think if Monisha ने जो बोला and Hetal जो आप अभी बोल रहे उसको हम interconnect करें, तो I think if the dishes are lying and if I have programmed my mind to stay at peace, I think it will not matter at all.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you have already programmed yourself that I am at peace, then even if you are doing the 2 o'clock dishes at 5 o'clock in the evening, it is going to be absolutely fine. You are not carrying a guilt. You are not carrying a guilt in you. That peace is always there. I am awesome. I am doing my work perfectly. So it's
Correct.
absolutely fine.
Skip in a little.
Yes,
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 ma'am.
Monisha, yes.
My humorous way of telling me like this is, if I don't feel like doing the work at that particular time, I say, वैसे भी कौन मेरे घर आके देख ले.
Exactly, exactly.
So very rightly said, Monisha, because these, conversations are going to make the connect between the audience that is looking, today, who is watching us, because everyone is passing through these phases. We are learning a lot of things, but such kind of webinars will really help us connect, because when they feel that, okay, मेरे घर पे ऐसा नहीं है कि 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock की dishes है जो 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock को wash हो रही है. इन सबके घर में भी it is the
Yes,
same
exactly,
story.
exactly,
So,
exactly. It is not necessary that you wash the dishes in the night and sleep so that in the morning you get the kitchen spick and span. It's absolutely fine. You are
so
doing
I
an
will
awesome
take that
job.
word from Monisha that वैसे भी घर पे कौन आने वाला है.
No one is
Ma'am,
going to ring the door or ring the bell of the door right now.
Correct, correct,
Ethan, if
absolutely.
somebody rings the doorbell, it's more scary. अरे बाप रे,
Yes,
कौन
exactly.
आया?
अभी कौन आया?
True, true, true. So Hetal, have you completed?
Yeah, one more thing I just would
Yeah.
like to tell over here is that there is something called, actually we have put ourselves into a probable mental pattern. Probable mental pattern is basically the pattern wherein we are just seeing that, okay, oh God, अभी ये dishes अभी नहीं हो गया, अभी कब मैं करूँगी ये, we are thinking that way. The alternative, that is the new thought pattern which you can give to yourself, is that it's okay if I don't do it right now. Let me just sit with my child for 10 minutes, have a little masti with my child, or maybe I'll just switch on my favorite music and hear it for some time, and then get a little, pepped up and do my work later on. So that is how you need to create your thought process. It is absolutely okay to be imperfect because you are already perfect. It's absolutely okay because you are already awesome. So every day in the morning when you get up out of your bed, your children, you should have a practice of saying, I am awesome and I'm thankful for this day today.
So here again, like Pooja, she pointed on the parent to be perfect, to expect a perfect child. I think Hetal, you also are indirectly, pointing out that if you want a peaceful you have to program your mind
Yes,
to be that peaceful person.
yes, yes.
So I think this has a lot to do with the self-talk kind of a thing also. As you mentioned that every single day when we get up, if we program our mind to be at peace the whole day, I think we can figure it out. It is not that impossible. So if we try to stay, if you program your mind and you give a command that, okay, aaj kuch bhi ho jaye, I am not going to, my anger is not going to trigger and I'm going to be safe and sound and peaceful and happy,
Yes.
then I'm sure, Pathik, you have to say something. Did you raise your hand?
yeah, you finish. I want to add something here.
No, you can add in between, Pathik. That's okay.
So, my topic is, my point is a little different here, but I am just making sure that all these ladies staying at home along with their husband, like specifically the first lockdown, where all the husbands have seen how the ladies are hardworking, and there are so many skills.
So I think this is the one male of the entire feminine community coming out and raising. Pathik,
So
thank
it
you
is-
so much, and I completely agree to your point
It
that
is
yes,
not about
husbands have
teachers.
now started understanding the value of वो घर पे
Exactly.
ladies क्या करती है. So
हाँ,
Pathik,
वो जो
again I'll come back to you.
skills जो है ना वो important है. इतनी सारी, how many skills female have as a housewife, as a teacher, and then managing this all along with the children, and they are also managing husband's timetable. So now when husband go out for a work, husband will really respect more to his wife, that okay, you know what,
Thank
I'm
you,
doing and
Pathik.
what I'm
Thank you.
living
You
is here.
stole the entire show by telling this. Show by telling this, Pathik. And let me tell you
Aisha
that
ma'am, because
yeah.
Pathik started this by saying during the first lockdown, I'll just add on by lockdown 2.0, the wives also realized that the husbands can do a lot of
Yes,
hard
yes,
work.
Correct. I was coming to
I
that
came
point,
vessel.
Monisha, that in this lockdown period, we were actually able to train our husbands as well. वो husbands जो कभी dish उठा के sink पे नहीं रखते थे, now
वो
they have
बर्तन धो
understood
रहे
our pain. So, Pathik, thank you so much for
I
that.
wash the dishes also, ma'am, every day. It's my job to clean
So,
the dishes.
Pathik, now this is a salute to you and all the listeners who are listening to us. Please relate to what Pathik is saying and please try to learn the household chores and help your wives. Pathik, thank you so
And
much.
all the women over here, like we say for children, if your husband is not doing it, now don't make it a stressful thing for you. Saying, "अरे
Correct.
सबके पति कर रहे हैं, मेरा पति नहीं कर रहा है."
ये आपकी बात हो रही है मोनिशा मैम.
Not at all.
Okay. So now when we are talking about gratitude, so we'll come to Neetu because she has
Okay.
picked up to speak on gratitude. So Neetu, now it's your turn to
Okay.
express.
Okay. First, I should say, कि Pathik, your wife must be grateful to you. So let me start that.
It's I am
gratitude-
lucky she is in my life.
Oh,
Bingo.
fine. Okay. So let me talk about that how gratitude provides a positive benefit to a child's growth, right? So teaching children an attitude of gratitude requires helping them to look at the situation from a point of appreciation rather than from a deficit. How do we as a parent or educators teach children such an abstract skill? So there are many points, but here I am highlighting on some 6 points over here. Fine. So first,
Have we lost your connection, Neetu?
yeah. Wait a minute, ma'am.
Okay, I'll switch off your video so that you have a better clarity of audio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute,
Yeah,
ma'am.
please continue, Neetu.
Yeah. Okay. So first, teach your child to say thank you. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, Neetu, we are able to hear you, Neetu. Yes, we are able to hear
Okay.
you.
So first, teach your child to say thank you. We should teach our children to express their gratitude for those who have added value to their lives, like family, friends, neighbors, teachers, relatives, helpers, etc. Especially when children goes to school and when support staff help them a lot, we should teach them to say thank you. Fine. So it gradually become their habit, and it's they start respecting to helpers, right? My second point is compliment others. uh, ma'am, can you add my video, please? I think it's disabled.
Yeah, I will do that, certainly.
Yeah, please. Yeah, thank you, Harsha ma'am, thank you. Second one is compliment others. We should encourage our children to do the same. Share the things you appreciate about another person. The best example I can give is that we gave standing ovation, claps to our Safai Kamdar doctors, police force for the great work during this pandemic. Right? So this is the way we can teach them compliment others. Third one is practice turning complaints into praises and work through envy. We should teach our children to reward their complaints into something that they appreciate instead. Help our children walk through any feelings of jealousy he or she may have. Envy can come when we are not feeling thankful for what we have and are focusing instead of what others have. Fourth, always look for positive. We should teach our children find something positive in frustrating situation and discuss it. Fifth, donate to a non-profit. Non-profit serves people in need at this time of the year. They are always looking for basic necessities, meals and gifts to give those in need. So teach children, help needy. Sixth one, create a family gratitude journal or a jar and ask why. You can create a journal or a jar and put it in a somewhere where everyone can access it and encourage your family and child to write in it whenever they are feeling grateful for something or someone. And whenever our child gets better at expressing gratitude, dig deeper, ask why he or she is grateful for something and how it affects his or her life or day. Fine. So, in short, I will tell you gratitude is a skill, and attitude of gratitude is a positive way of looking at life. Gratitude can increase our child's happiness, teach them to be more empathetic, and help them to be more thankful for everything they have. So, today I am grateful to ECA and all panelists, and especially Harsha ma'am, to give me such a platform.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Okay.
so much, Neetu, for these wonderful
Yes.
points, which really we all and the parents will make a note of. So I'm
Yes.
coming to each and every panelist because we have now around 8 to 10 minutes to wrap up. So Monisha, as I
Okay.
started with you, I want you to make a closing statement. And that statement, you must be aware that parents are going to make a note of that statement. So because you all have, given a sigh of relief, as I mentioned. So Monisha, any comments, any closing statement, any sigh of relief from your side to our listeners?
To all my listeners, I just say this much that if you, as you had earlier mentioned, Harsha ma'am, there's no sense of routine currently. So set up or try to make your own small routine. Try to go to bed on time. Don't consider this as a vacation wherein you can watch web series and TV till late night daily, because that's where your body clock will go for a toss. And coming back to normal will be a problem for you. And when your routine changes, your entire cycle changes. So try to go back to bed on time. Try to wake up and set up a routine for yourself like you had in normal days. If today you don't have to go to school, so your routine can be just walking around in your balcony with your own cup of tea. That can be your morning routine, that can give you some fresh air, that can give you some fresh thoughts, and that me time that we always strive for. I always say, even when I get these messages saying, oh my god, children are at home, children are at home, children, it's okay, chill, do that things. हम हमेशा हमेशा बोलते रहते थे, अरे काश मेरे पास टाइम होता मैं ये करती, काश मेरे पास टाइम होता मैं ये वाला खाना पका के देती, ये ड्रॉर तो मैं साफ ही कर देती. So now you have that time. Do it, because after
Exactly.
2-3 months you say, अरे ये चीज तब की होती ना तो पता पड़ता, अब तो मेरे पास फिर टाइम नहीं है. So always develop a routine. Take this time as something new, and it's going to teach you a lot many things. Believe me. That's all.
So, Monisha, very rightly, you really touched the core of and the crux of today's discussion that yes, we all have this time, and if we make the best use, we will not regret and then complain or crib out of it. So, what little time, whatever little time that we have got, we should invest. As you said, just standing in the balcony matters a lot because we never got that time earlier. So, if we have that time, why not do it today? And second important thing, what I like to mention is that to set a little routine for yourself, because now when the offices will start, हम एक lousy zone में है. Now it will take a full shift of change to come back to routine, get up in the morning. So we have to make a correct balance between enjoying this time and keeping a track of perfect routine as well, because
And
most of the time
I'll tell you what I clearly tell my husband always. At least during summer vacations where we could, we would sleep till late, but at least मैं काम वाली और cook के लिए तो सुबह उठ ही जाती थी, so I had to get up in the morning. Now since my support staff is not coming, I don't even feel like getting up in the morning. So I am now thankful, at least they wake me up in my vacations.
correct, correct. Very true. And here I would really like to make a note also, Monisha, that I think it's 40 days we are at home now, but ऐसा नहीं लगता है कि बाहर का खाना हम मिस कर रहे हैं,
Not at
या
all. Not at all.
we have
Exactly.
got
Yes.
adjusted to this routine so nicely that I was telling my husband today in the afternoon that it's so many days that we've not even thought of getting a sandwich from outside. So we are people who can get adjusted if we try and make. So here comes Hetal's point, that if you program your mind, because now we understand that everything is unsafe, so we can't even think to buy a pizza and get it home. So it's all about, I think, programming. So each of the speakers who've spoken are interlinked, and it's woven in such a kind of a conversation that every bit of words that we have used is a learning in itself. So now I will come back to Pooja. Pooja, any closing statement from your side?
Yes, I'll definitely say that reading habit when it comes to cultivating in early age, when the children are small. Because I remember my father used to read lots of stories. He had a book of 1,000 pages with golden edges. I still remember that all the fairy tales and all the stories were there, and like मैं आज भी वो याद रखती हूँ, and I'm a good reader. And I would like everyone to take one term, dear, drop everything and read. This will be very helpful. Like it's dear, drop everything and read, and cultivate reading habits in children from a very early age.
Perfect. So, Pooja, I think you are trying to, navigate this topic to creating memories for tomorrow. As you mentioned about the storybook, I think you are trying to tell the audience that take out time and create memories. Thank you, Pooja,
Yes,
for that wonderful gesture. I'll
thank
come
you.
to Hetal now. Hetal, so some programming closing statements from your side, Hetal.
Okay, as ma'am was talking about cooking, I'm the last person to go inside the kitchen to cook, and now it's like every day morning one big junk, and I'm so happy that at least I can put some stories on
Hetal, we are losing you in
Instagram.
between, Hetal.
Hello, am I audible?
We lost you in between. No, yes, you have to
Yeah.
come back because we lost you in between.
Yeah, so as ma'am was talking about cooking, so
Cooking.
I'm the last one to go in the kitchen to cook because I really don't like it. However, school was a boon to me कि सुबह खाना नहीं बनाना पड़ता था, सब जाके स्कूल में मिलता था. और अभी तो हमें कैंटीन का खाना याद आता है, but now it's like every day in the morning think of some new recipe for the night, and I'm so happy that because of this COVID-19, at least I have some Instagram stories with some kind of master chef activities over there.
I was
So
going through social media, Hetal, I will interject, and there was one poster saying that post COVID-19, we are going to have a lot of master chefs, lined up.
Yes.
So I have penned down my 5 affirmations for COVID-19 especially. So this is what I would like to give to all the viewers. The first one is I am grateful for today. The second one is I am at the safe place and healthy. The third one is I'm bonding positively with people. The fourth one is everything will work out ultimately. And the last one is this is an opportunity for personal growth. And over here, the most important thing over here I would like to say is that it is very important to bond with people, however far they are. Make it a point to send messages to your friends, to your relatives, have a video call, and stay connected, because we are at least having this. We should be really grateful that we have these platforms right now to stay connected with each other. Do not miss
Very well
out.
said, Hetal. And all the 5 points, I would like you to, go in the comment section box and type, because many of
Yes,
the audience, including we all, will want to, take a note of that and use that in our daily lives. Hetal,
correct,
thank you
correct.
for those points.
And one
Pratik,
more thing,
yes, yes, yes.
Neetu was talking about the jar.
Yes.
So I already have a jar at
Yes.
home which has affirmations
Yes.
in it.
Hetal.
And me and my daughter always pick one in the morning and read that today's affirmation is this. And that's how we begin our day.
So this
So
is
it's,
also
Good,
a
Hetal.
wonderful practice, I
it's
think,
very
in a
simple.
day-to-day
Wonderful.
basis,
Yes.
not only in COVID-19, but in a day-to-day basis,
Yes,
regular
Yes.
basis,
yes,
also we
yes,
can practice
yes.
these things, to keep at least ourselves positive. So
Positive.
Pratik, I will come to you. Your closing statement as a dad, as a preschool owner, and as an E.C.A.TH.
Simple, smile.
And as the only male in the entire group.
Everywhere, everywhere, the one simple word to all parents, all teachers, all listeners, all my kids needs to smile. Mera bachcha, tumhara bachcha, hamara bachcha. Do anything where my child, your child, our child will smile every single day. Do not think that you are doing wrong for this. Remember, we have seen on so many stories and TV कि हमें भालू भी बनना पड़ता था बच्चे को हंसाने के लिए, और बच्चा नहीं खाता था तो हम ऊपर से नीचे जंप भी करते थे उसके लिए. Just be mad that monkey. Keep a child happy. Their happiness is our strength. if we really keep it habit, give them a tight chapati chapri and make sure that your mummy papa is right beside you. Nothing is gonna be happen, and that warmth will, that hug will give you a good warmth to keep you safe and secure. That's the
So,
only thing
Patik,
I would give.
the topic that you have picked up, the closing statement is my Live at 5 show topic today, because I'm going to speak on letter K, which says kisses and hugs and everything. So I'm going to take each word that you've spoken here, Patik. Thank you so much. So I'll come to Neetu now for the closing statement.
Yes.
Just
Neetu.
keep them happy.
Patik, I'm agree with you क्योंकि ये lockdown it's a grateful for me, blessed for me as my husband is working in a bank. So all the time मैं ये कहती रहती थी कि सुबह 9 बजे जाते हो, रात को 10 बजे आते हो. We don't have a time to spend quality time right now. So as per my topic, I'm very grateful to lockdown that we 24 hours we are together and spend a quality
And
time.
creating memories for life. Very true, Neetu. Very true.
Yes,
Thank you so
yes,
much.
yes.
Thank you so much. And on behalf of Early Childhood Association, thank you so much, all the panelists, for being so live and giving out the points which everyone can resonate, everyone can relate to and connect to. So the crux of the entire discussion is that no one is perfect, and when it comes to parenting, there is
Yes.
nothing such as perfect parenting. So as Patik said, keep doing the good work that you're doing, keep loving children. As Ethel said, keep programming your mind positively. As Monisha very rightly said, I am perfect, I am not perfect is the same word. Pooja has given us the crux for reading, because we need to invest time in reading, because readers are leaders for tomorrow. And Neetu, thank you so much for sharing all the feelings of gratitude. And here we sign off today, and we'll meet soon on the same panel. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
bye, bye.